Hey guys. A few people have asked me to do a video talking a little bit about me, actually, so that you have a better understanding of my education and experience, so that you know um, what what areas you can get more information out of me about. So I'll try not to make that too long or too boring of a video. So um, I have a bachelor's in psychology. I also have a master's in human and community development and a master's in social work. Um, I have a California certification in sexual assault counseling, which is actually a 66-hour training that anybody can take. I got mine through Bay Area Women Against Rape. Um, let's see, my work experience. So when you go to get a master's in social work, you have to do an internship somewhere. And my internship was working with folks with severe mental illness. And in the course of that internship, I was supervised by somebody who had a connection to a foster family agency. He sent me over there for my very first job interview, and that was my entree into child welfare. So I worked with foster families, um, helping them get certified, supervising them, getting children placed, that sort of thing, kind of on and off for, I don't know, 10 years, something like that. So I've certified a lot of families for fostering and also for adoption in the United States and also in England for various organizations. I've also been a child welfare worker, so I've worked for the county in that role. Um, in that, and there's actually a lot of different ways to be that kind of social worker, but what I did for the county, I worked for Contra Costa County. What I did for the county was continuing services. So I got the families after the children had already come through the intake process, and tried to get them reunified with their families, or to get them through the case if they had not been removed. So um, I've done I've done that work. I've also worked for children's attorneys in the child welfare system. I've also worked for court-appointed special advocates, which is a volunteer organization. It's actually a national volunteer organization where you can volunteer to work with children who are dependents of the court. So in that role, I trained the volunteers to make sure that they were trained as required by law. So I've done that. I currently work in hospice. So I do a little bit of direct service. You guys are most of what I do, but I also still do a little bit of direct service. And what I do is I work for a local hospice, supporting their work. So also kind of by dint of that, working with the elderly and in the medical field as well. So let's see what else. Oh, I was a consultant for a company that their mission was to essentially write programs for governments that were creating programs for the homeless, or for child welfare, or whatever kind of human service need that the county had. In that role, I did a lot of different things for a lot of different services, but I wrote a lot of programs. I created a lot of programs um, around supportive services and that sort of thing. So anyway, that is my background, mainly child welfare, but a little bit of everything, and my specialization in my education has always been around mental health. So, it is not unusual to find a social worker who has done a little bit of everything, and that's definitely me. So, and even if I haven't personally done what it is that you're interested in learning about, chances are that I know somebody who has. So if you have any questions about what any one particular field is like, or wanna know a little bit more about something, please do let me know. I know a lot of people locally, and hopefully we can find your answers. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will be happy to do that for you. Okay, thank you.